Hi everybody, Frank Iglesias here. Welcome to my page where there's tons of information to help you in your real estate investing journey if I don't get tongue twisted first. And today I want to answer a question that a lot of people have asked me. Should you buy a property on a busy road? Or there's another form of this, should you buy a property on a road that has a double yellow line in the middle? That's right, that double yellow line that makes people think by default, busy road, more traffic. Even if it's not more traffic, people tend to think that. Now the answer to that question is it's okay to buy these properties if and only if one of two things happens, preferably both. The first is you buy it cheap, okay? And I don't know how else to say it, it's not just a price reduction, it's cheap, okay? The reason is, again, because there's that stereotype that there's more traffic, people will buy these houses. I mean, we all know that there's plenty of houses on double yellow line roads, but generally speaking, the price will be lower. And if it's a double yellow line road and it's a 4-lane instead of a 2-lane, even lower. If it's a 6-lane, even lower. You get the idea, okay? So these properties can be bought, but you've got to majorly account for this. I tell people account for at least 20% off in sales price to be safe. If you're in a super hot market, maybe you can get away with 15 or even 10, but generally speaking, I would plan for 20% less. So to put numbers to that, for properties that sell for 300 in a inside a neighborhood, put it on a main road, I'm gonna bank on 240. If I do better, great, but I wanna be ultra conservative, because if you're not and you get stuck, the holding costs, the time on market, the maintenance, it can add up in a hurry. It is not a pleasant place to be. So that is one thing I would say. The other thing I would say is if the property is in a more rural area, much lower traffic, sometimes it's more just expected because there's a lot of small towns where you may have a lot of roads with double yellow lines, so there's not many off streets. We're talking small town here. In those areas, really these are going to be more rural communities. It's not as big an issue because there's not a lot of traffic to begin with. So what in a more suburban or urban area might be perceived as greater traffic, out in a more rural area, it's not necessarily perceived that way because it's low traffic by default. There will never be a traffic jam. There's never going to be 20 cars at the traffic lights. It's just low. So in those areas, it doesn't tend to impact as much. I would still go a little more conservative if possible, but you're not going to need 20% necessarily there. And a lot of times those are going to tend to be more rental oriented anyway, unless you specialized in doing retail in rural areas. So that's my feedback on the double yellow line, busy road thing. Hope this helps. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is below this video, along with links to some of our other resources, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.